Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Awfully Lekker Cricket Channel. I am your host, Daryl Keith Hendon. Sorry I've been lacking a bit on content with this one. It is rugby season. Obviously, you guys know my main channel, the Fairweather Rugby Fan. Always busy with rugby, but I could not go without bringing up a video. Historic June 1st, T20 2024 Cricket World Cup comes to not only the West Indies, but North America, the United States, for the very first time. The fixtures lists have been announced. The stadiums have been announced. I thought we would go through the stadiums, talk about the 4 games that we will be getting here in North Texas, the games I plan on attending. Obviously, with my cohort, Nick, he will definitely be in attendance with me, at least at one of those, if not all of the ones that I go to. But let's go ahead and start. June 1st is when it starts this summer. It should be 35, 36, 37 Celsius. Yeah, it's going to be a hot one for those of you guys here in America. It's going to be in the 90s. It's going to be hot. The 3 stadiums that we will be holding the games here in the United States are going to be Grand Prairie Stadium right here in Grand Prairie, Texas. It says Dallas. No, it's in Grand Prairie. Capacity will be 15,000, so they're going to double. Yeah. This is a computer-generated image of the stadium that we have here in Grand Prairie, where Nick and I attended the elimination rounds of the inaugural MLC season, which has also been announced. Central Broward Park in Lauderhill, Florida. This is outside of Miami. Very big stadium, 40,000 capacity. And Nassau International Cricket Stadium, which is in Long Island, New York. Capacity 34,000. They will get 8 matches. Florida and Texas will get 4 apiece. 8 matches. I know Pakistan, India is going to be there. Then the rest of the matches throughout it. The only other stadium that's going to get more than 8 matches, you've got Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua and Barbuda. They will get 8 matches. Capacity 10,000. Kensington Oval in Bridgetown, Barbados. They will get 9 matches and a capacity of 28,000. Providence Stadium in Providence, Guyana, capacity of 20,000. They will get 6 matches. Darren Semi Cricket Ground in St. Lucia will capacity 15,000. They will get 6 matches. Arnosville Stadium in Kingstown, St. Vincent and Grenadines, 18,000 capacity. They get 5 games. Brian Lara, the legend Brian Lara Cricket Academy in San Fernando. This is in Trinidad and Tobago, 15,000 capacity. They will get 5 matches there. The matches, the groups that we have so far, everything's already been announced. Group A will consist of the host, the United States, Canada, Ireland, Pakistan, and India. It's going to be a tough group to get out of for the USA boys. They crack off June 1st, United States versus Canada, right here in Grand Prairie, Texas. It's going to be a big one. The United States also plays against Pakistan right here. Grand Prairie is actually home of USA Cricket, so this is the home territory for USA National Cricket. The other big ones, obviously, Pakistan versus India. This is Nassau County International Cricket Stadium, and yeah, that's going to be a sold-out game. I really wish that one had come here, but I get it with capacity. United States does play India there as well. It looks like India is playing all their games in the biggest stadium in the pool. United States versus Ireland will happen in South Florida. Canada versus India will happen. So India is playing at the somewhat smaller stadium there, or actually the biggest stadium and the second biggest stadium. And then Ireland and Pakistan will also be in South Florida. Group B will consist of England, Australia, Namibia, Scotland, and Oman. The games in that pool are predominantly, it looks like, Barbados and Antigua. No games here domestically for that one. St. Lucia does get a match on that one as well. Group C will consist of the is it the White Sticks? New Zealand, the West Indies, the host West Indies, Afghanistan, Uganda, and Papua New Guinea. And it looks like a predominant majority of those games will be played in Guyana. You do have 4 games in Trinidad, and then 1 in St. Lucia. None of those games will be happening here, unfortunately. And then Pool D with my Proteas of South Africa, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, the Netherlands, and Nepal. Now, I was a bit disappointed. The Proteas will not be coming here. They do play in New York. We will see the Netherlands and Nepal. I will bring up the list here again. That is one of the games I'm looking at possibly going to. Sri Lanka and Bangladesh is also here at Grand Prairie. Netherlands and South Africa, New York, South Africa and Bangladesh, New York, Sri Lanka and Nepal, Florida, Bangladesh versus the Netherlands. That'll be in St. Vincent. You've got three matches in St. Vincent, and then Sri Lanka and the Netherlands will be in St. Lucia. So, like I said, I will concentrate on the 4 games. Let me pull up my phone here because I've got the image. The 4 games that we will host here in Dallas will be, or in Grand Prairie, Saturday, June 1st, we got USA taking on Canada. We've got June 4th, which is a Tuesday. That's going to be the Netherlands and Nepal. I'm definitely going to try and make that one out. Then we've got USA versus, what was the other one here? I feel kind of dumb having to go back to the list, but hey, you guys can forgive me. USA versus Pakistan. That will also be here. I'm pretty sure that will sell out. We do have a large Pakistani community here in North Texas. And then Sri Lanka and is that Bangladesh? That'll probably be a big sellout too. Like I said, I'm definitely going to try and make the Nepal and Netherlands match. Obviously, the South African heritage. I know there's a couple of South African-born players, more than a few, on that Netherlands squad. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, this is my first experience. I've never been to a Cricket World Cup, so I'm absolutely excited about that. Hopefully I can get some really good footage. Still have yet to hear about press coverage to see if I can get some backstage kind of insider press coverage for you guys. But yes, teams are already being announced. We already know that Heinrich Klaassen will not. I don't know if he's making this World Cup trip or not, but I know he has announced his retirement from international test cricket. And it kind of makes you wonder about the Proteas because they are going in kind of with a kind of untested squad. They have lost to the Netherlands before. I do know that for a fact. But you guys let me know out there, man, and share this channel around. I'm going to try and be a little bit more on top of it with the content on this. I know I'm not really super on it. I've also kind of run into a little bit of an issue with being able to watch cricket here. Hopefully, my colleague Nick, I will bring him the devices needed so I can start watching cricket on a fairly easily basis because we don't really have any carriers for it here. I know Willow is real big here in the US, but it's just kind of shoddy, at least for me, doing a lot of this through a television. I use Flow Sports for my rugby coverage, NBC Peacock for certain, but I know ESPN Plus carries it, but it's just I can't justify the price that they want just to watch a bit. So I'm going to work with my colleague Nick to see if I can get some better ways to cover the matches here, and maybe we can watch some matches together. And yeah, we can learn about the game because I am by no means an expert on this game. I'd be a casual fan at best, but I really do enjoy it, and it's really fun, and I do enjoy watching it. I think it's a great sport. I think if Americans could understand it, much like rugby, I think they would really learn to respect it as a game. I've tried to explain it to Americans, basically saying like, hey, bottom of the ninth, 3 outs, you're down by, instead of being down by 2 or 3 runs, imagine you're down by 150 runs. And you send Barry Bonds or Mark McGuire to the plate and they smash it out. And instead of him having to go sit down, he gets to keep smashing it out until you catch the ball, or you get him out. And I think that's the great part about it is you can watch the first half of a T20 match and think, oh man, there's no way these guys can come back. They've run 180, 200, 250 runs up. How are these guys going to do it? And you come out and you see an awesome defensive display, or you see an awesome offensive display, just depending on who you're there to support. And you see them dig themselves out of a hole, or you see them dig themselves in deeper into a hole. And at the end of it, it's like, hey, I know there's different variations of the game. T20 just seems to be the easiest one for me to follow. I know Nick is really into the ODI series and the 3-day tests and stuff like that. And it's just, if I could get the patience, it's really hard as an American to be able to sit down and really invest yourself into something for that long. But I'm pretty sure there's probably some great aspects about it. But like I said, share this around. I'm going to try and start pushing this a little bit in the South Asian community that we have here in Denton, try to get them to follow me. Because it's like, hey, when they see me in town and I walk in like my cricket jersey, they're just like, whoa. I've had a couple of them like take pictures with me because they're like, dude, we've never seen like a Daisy guy walking around in a cricket jersey, and it's like, yeah, hey man, it's here. We're gonna support it, and with MLC and the financing behind it, I don't think it can fail. I think it's meant to succeed, and I think the great thing, and I did it in a video on my other channel, was that you do see the younger American kids because of TikTok. Yeah, there were pretty large pockets of Caucasian American kids at these cricket games, had been going to all of them, and they're like, oh, we freaking love this. It's great. Like, there's nothing like it here in American sport, much like rugby. It's just nothing like it, man. Like, once you figure out the nuances of the game, you learn how fun it is, and how, like, it's not it's the long game. It takes strategy. You have to figure out how your batting order needs to work, and anything can happen. You might think, oh man, my third batter's my power guy, and he has a bad game, and you got to go to plan B. You got to figure out the long game. You're not all going to have Chris Gales and Quentin DeCox and I say Faf du Plessis, but he played so badly last summer. It was embarrassing. But even Underclassen did really, really well here as well. But it's like, you're not going to have those guys every single game, and you've got to figure out how to make it work. Going to try and start talking a little bit more about the U.S. national team. I know there's a handful of guys on the team that are actually domestically born and raised. Obviously, a predominant majority of them are from outside of the United States, and there's quite a few aging veterans with multiple caps for other countries under their cap. But obviously, first time ever being in the World Cup, being the host, they get to automatically qualify for it. So hopefully, the USA doesn't go and get themselves embarrassed. I know a couple of the local boys that play for the local sides here have gone to camp with it, so it should be a pretty fun team. So as we get closer to this, as lineups are announced, as rosters are announced, we'll get into a couple of more breakdown videos. And of course, I'll get Nick to come in and he can talk about his favorite sides. He's a big RCB guy in the IPL. I'm obviously a bit more of a Super Kings fan because of the local side, Joburg Super Kings. It's easier for me to follow those sides because that's what we have here locally. But until next time, guys, I hope you're safe wherever you're at, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Cheers, guys.